Hello, Todd Clemons and Jeff Clemons again, back for this week's market report. We had an interesting week. Just when we go to tell people we're not having many cattle, we ended up with a big run on Tuesday for this time of year.
That about gave us 2,000 for the week, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we ended up with over 1,200 Monday, and we didn't think we'd have more than 800 or 900. And they brought the cows to town again.
Yeah, butcher cows and pretty good cows. I mean, there was a few thin cows, but most everything was pretty good, and the guys wanted them.
Yeah. I thought maybe the drought conditions had something to do with there being more cows in here, but I don't know if that's what it was or not.
Well, there's been a little bit of rain scattered around, but I mean we need some more. But I guess we'll get it when we need it. But the calves that came in, I don't know. The quality was kind of
sketchy on the quality on the calves. I know we sent some calves in here. There wasn't anything to brag about.
No, but I couldn't believe how much those lesser quality calves are bringing really good money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I asked one of the buyers, said, reckon what a good calf would bring today. And they just said, wow, no telling.
Yeah, so it's all good. And just reading up on what's going on across the country as far as the feedlots and the packing industry goes, they are very, very current. Cattle coming out of the feedlots. There's just not many of them, and packers are still making money on what they're killing, and the kill was huge last week. This week, Friday's Good Friday. We've got Easter coming up. There will be no activity in packing houses. The packers won't be working on Friday, I don't think, so it's going to be a short week for them. But they're only buying up just what they can use, and there's not anything extra, so that they're having to pay up, and cash prices have gone up a pretty good bit. I did read that the retail box beef prices are over $3 again, and for this time of year in March, for the box beef prices to be over $3, I think is maybe the second time in history that's happened. And we're just now getting into the spring, for the grilling season.
Yeah, the grilling season. Yeah.
So, we got a lot to look forward to as far as prices, I think. It's going to be good.
Looks like the fuel might be going back up a little bit now with what else going on with the politics. I mean, it's, we were talking to a trucker the other day, and I think we said last week, these guys are having to get $5 a mile to get these calves out of here. It just takes a lot, and a lot of people don't understand what it takes to get a calf from Florida out there to the panhandle of Texas or Oklahoma or Kansas. I mean, there was a load of calves went here the other day. What the trucking bill was $8,000 or $9,000.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's just, and local people don't really understand that either. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes that people don't realize that goes into the marketing of these cattle. The shipping is a big thing, and the weather. I was talking to a guy in Kansas yesterday at a feedlot, and this blew my mind. He said, I got a set of calves coming out of the feed yard. I'm thinking 1,200 pounds maybe, and he said that set of calves, talking about the weather now, had never seen a drop of rain since they got from when they were weaned.
Mm-hmm.
I guess out there it might have been 600 or 700 pounds.
Wow.
That set of calves had never seen a drop of rain.
Wow.
That's dry.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I never thought about that.
Can you imagine? I mean,
what would they think if it rained? They wouldn't know what to do.
They'd go crazy.
They'd go crazy.
It'd be like South Florida Brammer cattle.
Yeah. Huh. This weather pattern has definitely switched around. We talked about that last week. I mean, all the snow and the rain in California, and flooding, and bad storms in Arkansas. I called Mr. Baker there in Conway to check on him, and it was below below Conway, Mr. Jim Baker, we visit with him quite a bit. He knows what's going on there in that part of the world, and him and our dad were good friends.
Yeah. He used to be with USDA.
He sure did. Yeah. So he said all that was down there closer to Little Rock.
Little Rock.
You know, I think I'd rather have hurricanes. At least you can prepare for them. Those tornadoes, you can't. You don't even know they're coming.
You can get out of town, and now you might go the wrong way sometime.
Yeah.
But the weather. But you know, like we were talking last week, that hopefully that if that pattern's changing, I mean, I hate the storms and everything, but maybe we'll start getting a little bit more moisture with that La Nina coming in.
You know, talking about that weather too, another factor that plays into the meat industry. These cattle on feed are expected to gain so many pounds a day and be efficient. You know, the feed cost as high as it is, you want them to convert that feed into pounds. The better they can do that, the better off they're going to be. The less feed, the less time it takes to get them to maturity. And now this time of year, coming out of these winter months and the cold and all the bad weather, the pounds of gain, and I don't know about the conversion, but pounds of gain per day is lower. Cattle are not converting. It's taking longer for them to get to maturity, and so the pounds of meat from just the supply that's on hand, there's fewer pounds of meat being processed because of that.
Yeah.
And if there's 650,000 head a week that goes through the slaughter process, and if it's just 10 or 15 pounds off on each animal,
that's a
lot
pounds.
of meat. That's a lot of pounds. So not only is there lower head count, lower volume in animals, there's also lower volume in just pounds, which all translates to value.
Yeah, and then you take in consideration the corn crop. That's based on whether it's going to be a good one or a bad one.
Well, it should be a good one. I mean, they got moisture this year, so
yeah.
I was talking to somebody today about that, and they said they anticipated having a really good corn crop. Hopefully, it'd be great.
And then one more thing about the weather. A lot of those guys out west, you'll know, after about the first week or two of September, they're kind of afraid to take some of these Florida calves without them being weaned, because the weather out there is so volatile. September, they could have a snow out there,
Oh, yeah.
and these cattle going out there are kind of a risk. So that's another advantage. We were talking last week about weaning your calves. Another advantage there is if you don't sell your calves until the fall, you might think about weaning them. That brings some added value to some of these guys that might not want to take a calf right off the cow in the fall of the year that's going that way, going out west.
Mm-hmm.
What were our prices, the high prices? I see you got them there.
We did have high prices. We had high prices this week.
All of them.
Sometimes we quote high prices for the week, and they're really not that high. They just happen to be the highest price that we had.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're high.
They're all high.
I mean, you would think they are. Well, Lightning Dixon from Kenansville up there, Lightning, she had a little calf that weighed 145 pounds, little feller, like a roping calf, brought $3.05 a pound. Yeah.
That's now $600 for a little.
Yeah, for a little calf.
Crazy.
And then on the slaughter cow side, Larson East End Calf and Heifer Barn.
That'd be John. The boys. I think that's Jacob and Travis.
Yep. It's no week goes by here that that part of that family sells cattle every week.
Larson's
we appreciate their business. But they had the high cow. She weighed 11.35 and brought $1.12 a pound.
Wow.
Cargill bought that cow.
Wow.
One of our four packer buyers that we have here. So competition's good. Competition's always good at your local livestock market. Go to your local livestock market for competitive pricing, and you'll find out what they're worth.
Good PR. And I was noticing yesterday when I was working the ring gate, it seemed like, I mean, even with some of the calves that might not have been what you call number ones, even some of those 1.5s, if it was a 350 or 400 pound steer calf come in there, they would just start them off right at $2 every time. You know, just that's where they'd start. And some of those calves would get up to 220, 230. It was really good. A lot of money.
Yeah, it is. It's about time.
It's about time. We get everything else to kind of come down a little bit. We can make a little bit to stay in business, can't we?
Well, that kind of wraps it up here. We had a good week, and I would anticipate that next week there's no reason why the prices won't be as good or maybe even better, we hope. And
so.
We've got a chance of rain. Maybe we'll get some rain this week.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
They do that on the news. One more thing.
Right.
I forget what channel, but this is our one more thing. We have our producers cattle auction sale coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow. It's well, actually, we have those pretty regularly, but this will be the first sale we've had in the spring. It'll be on April the 20th. I think we've already got 10 loads of cattle consigned, and that's for people that have enough cattle they can get a truckload lot. And that sale will be on the 20th of April. If you want to go watch it, you can tune in to, you go to our website, Okeechobee Livestock Market, and then there's a place you can go to, the Producers Cattle Auctions, our internet auctions. You can actually watch that sale and see what they're doing as far as truckload lots. But that's a couple of weeks off. And if you've got any cattle, or you know some friends, maybe you've got a handful and you got a neighbor that's got a handful, and you can put a truckload together, just give us a call. And that's another way to market your cattle here with us, and we appreciate it.
Good Friday, Easter Sunday this week.
Yes, it is.
It's hard to believe. It's already past the first quarter of the year, and here we are into Easter. And you know, we all know what that means to all of us, and you know, so we hope everybody has a good Easter weekend with your family, and remember what that's all about, and just take some time off for that. And we'll be back here Monday, and have a good weekend. And if you like these reports and you want us to keep doing them, if you want to thumbs up my brother, or thumbs up me, or thumbs down me or him, either one, whatever you want to do, but let us know. Keep watching. We like giving you information. If there's more you want to hear about that we're not talking about, let us know. And we appreciate your business.